Welcome to Ponybell. Today we're going to be working on an Animal Crossing Springcore speed build on our brand new My Little Pony island. I'm so excited to share it with you guys, so let's get going. Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm so excited because we are going to be building the entrance to our brand new island series, Ponybell. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and to all of my dear subscribers, welcome back. If you missed the first couple of videos to this series, please pop over to the Ponybell playlist and check it out. This is actually going to be a pink citycore style island that is My Little Pony themed. Yeah guys, I'm so excited. Now for the entrance, I sort of envisioned a streetscape with a few faux buildings. I think it'll look super cute, especially with the pink theme. And one of the reasons we chose this map when we started out this journey was the fact that resident services was set pretty far back, which I think is going to be really great once we kind of build up this town area. I already have a list of a ton of really cute ideas of what I have envisioned for this island as far as faux buildings go, so I'm really excited to share those with you guys in the next few weeks for build ideas, and yeah, really looking forward to it. So let's speed things up and get going. I can't wait to get started on today's build. Alright, first things first, I decided for this island that I wanted to put down in-game path all along so that it would be visible on the map, and I really had a hard time, honestly, when I was doing the custom design shopping early on in this process. I wanted to decide whether I wanted to do a custom design full-on road code or if I wanted to do some sort of overlay that showed the in-game path underneath. So I did a little bit of experimenting. I haven't 100% committed thus far, but I'm kind of leaning towards doing an overlay style path that will allow this in-game path to kind of show through, and I'll let you know as we go why, because I really admire a lot of the different designs that I've seen in our community that give you the option of having some really super cute bright colored overlays that you can put on top, and I just saw so many cute patterns that I wanted to incorporate into some of the designs on this island that I couldn't resist, so I think we're gonna go with that route. I also found this really cute sidewalk pattern with the adorable option of these flower sidewalk blocks. I can't, you guys. It's just too cute. So I decided to go with this option. I did find a couple of different versions of this sidewalk. There's one that's a little bit more pink toned, and so I'm just experimenting. I oftentimes find that when I'm starting out a new island, I have a hard time kind of committing to a path until I've spent a little bit of time building with it for a while, and once I kind of get my groove with what designs I end up settling with for the first few builds on the island, that kind of helps me decide what path I want to settle with for the entire island. I know when we're limited with custom design spaces, we kind of have to reuse a lot of the same path options over and over again, and so when you're committing to a huge entire path, it does take up a lot of slots. So I find for myself, at least, I try to be patient, and when I'm doing the first few builds on an island, I kind of keep in the back of my mind that I want to stay flexible, and if I end up switching them out a few builds in, it's totally okay. I don't know, how about you guys? Do you end up switching your path partway through your island designs? Let me know in the comments, because I always love hearing from you guys. Okay, so next things next, I ended up adding an additional row just to kind of expand the sidewalk, and we added this really super cute crosswalk design. I really love this. By the way, any of the custom designs you see used in today's build, I will be sure to put on my Pinterest page, which I will put the link in the description of the video so that if you guys are looking for any of these designs to use on your island, you'll have them readily available. Yes, I love this. Okay, so you can see this overlay path for the borders on the street that I used. I really love this. This is the one I'm considering using, and I really love the way that it looks. It just has a fun, really beautiful pastel vibe. Alright, we're going to go ahead and climb up on the cliff. Now this particular section of the build, I've done a little bit of mild terraforming, and just to save some time, I did this ahead of time. You can sort of see from this overhead view the shape that I'm looking to do for this area. We're going to be doing 3 separate faux buildings that are sort of smushed together for this area. This particular spot over here is going to be a faux apartment building area, and we're using this really cute pink brick pattern here. I think this is going to be a very versatile pattern that we'll be able to use all throughout the island. I've left 1 square available here marked with the dirt path because we're actually going to be planting a tree in that space. I find that when I'm planning an island, I tend to mark spaces either that I'm going to be placing villager houses or the shop or any kind of buildings like that with some of the in-game path, just so I kind of can reserve that space for myself. And in particular, if I'm going to be planting trees in my builds, I oftentimes will mark that with some dirt path so that I know where I'm going to be placing those items. It just seems to really help me a lot. We're going to be using a ton of the medieval building sides in this case, of course, in the pink, and then these simple panels with this adorable window pattern. I kind of love it, you guys. Again, using some of these taller items like the rock climbing wall facing backwards can be a really great way to achieve some height in your builds, especially if you're doing a double tier style build like this to kind of sandwich everything in. And then using some of these transparent items like this festival banner as well as the fence is a great way to kind of achieve framing something like this in, but allowing you to see through so that you can see the tree behind, I think just adds a really nice touch for a build. Okay, we're placing some simple panels here on the front and then some cute little plaza benches and then this bicycle and a flower box over here just in front to kind of make everything look a little more cozy for our villagers. I'm loving it. All right, on to our second little build area. This section I decided to make a little tiny micro library. I just really love the idea of having an outdoor library. I know it was something that was super popular when the game first came out, March of 2020. I feel like those outdoor libraries were very clutch in creating designs. I love seeing a little villager come over and just kind of cozy up in some of the furniture and just sort of hang out and relax. So I decided to create a tiny little library here. I love this little wooden plank pattern as well with the daisies. It's just a really great pattern and something that can be versatile, used all throughout your island. We're going to be framing it in with some of these wide display cases and then using some different items like these books and headphones, things like that to frame it in. And then on the back side, using these book stands and then a few different pieces of furniture here to kind of make it a cute little sitting space. As I said, these little pieces are going to really fill it in. So there's not going to be a whole lot of space, but I feel like I really just wanted this to be a super cute area. All right, we're gonna frame it in with these bookshelves here, and then I was thinking to myself, I wanted a couple of different options here. I couldn't decide if I wanted to place a ramp here on the cliff so that you can actually access this little library, or if I wanted it to just be something that you would look at from a distance by framing it in with these custom designed standees, the pro standees, just to look like glass doors. So I'm showing you a couple of different options for this build, so depending on what style you prefer, you'll have a couple of different options for your island. I know I tend to go through the ramps very quickly on an island, so it's one of those situations that it's not always practical to use an entire ramp on a tiny little build like this. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple of different ideas so that if you don't have an extra ramp to spare on your island, you can see that there's a couple of different decorating options you have. The only downside to this, of course, is that you don't get to actually go into this adorable little library, but either way, I think it still looks super cute. A third option for this build might be to craft a ladder kit to set up next to the cliff as well. That way you could still access this little area with minimal space as well. As we go on, I'll be sure to show you what it looks like at the end with the ramp as well. Peaches, okay, she's too cute, right? If you missed the villager hunt, she was one of our first 3 plots that we found, and I'm just super thrilled that we were able to find her. I feel like she just really puts off like the perfect Pinkie Pie vibes. Definitely one of my fave ponies for sure. All right, this little area I thought would be perfect for a little cafe or a little coffee shop. And so we're gonna frame this area in, and I wanted to create a little rooftop sitting area. My goal is to sort of raise up the area over by resident services to sort of continue on in the second tier. So everything that goes up behind this section is actually gonna be on the second tier. So we'll kind of continue to build on behind this later on. But for the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and create this super cute little window space here with these custom designed panels. I really love this pattern. I ended up finding it on Pinterest and I absolutely couldn't resist it. I think it's going to be really versatile to use with the simple panels outside, as well as maybe even with the glow-in-the-dark stickers for interior builds. I think it's going to be really cute. Now for up here on top, I really find it helpful to be able to use custom design path on the rooftop areas because filling in and covering up the green grass, I really believe makes a faux building look much more realistic. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this up with some of this path right here, and then we're gonna start placing some of our furniture. So I went ahead and covered this space in, and then I decided how do I wanna frame this building in, because I know there's a lot of different ways depending on how tall you want something to be, to use furniture pieces to do that, but I still wanted to be able to see the furniture on the top of the roof, so I decided to use some of this mermaid fence. I just thought the coloration of it was perfect for this particular build, and I think it's gonna have a really cute design from the front. Yes, love it. Okay, I'm using the plant partitions here. I think it looks really, really cute, and then we're just gonna set some more of the tables and the adorable little teacup chairs over here, and maybe a couple umbrellas. Yeah, loving this. Because I feel like I want to spend my afternoon just sort of relaxing up here, having a beignet and maybe some tea or coffee. Yeah, perfect. Love it. And I like this. It's just small enough that you can still relax up here, but we're going to make this accessible, as I said, with a staircase in this little gap over here. I think it just looks really cute. We'll add a couple more finishing touches using the cinema roll items here with this little cafe sign, and then just pop in a few extra items here before we finish up the build. I love this little overlay for the newspaper, and then just as I said, I kind of am considering keeping this in-game path as the main part of the road because I love using things like this little rainbow and a few other different inlays for this section on the road. Love it. So here's what our apartment building looks like all finished. I really love this, and our little library. This is option 1 if you decide you don't want to use a ramp on the library. I think this looks really super cute with these Pro Design cutout standees. They really do look like super cute little glass doors, and even though it's a space that you wouldn't be able to access in this particular design, I just think it still looks super cute. I really like the aesthetic of it. It's super tiny but very adorable, and it just looks really precious on an entrance of an island. And like I said, I'll do a second version here for you in a second so you can see what it looks like if you have a ramp to spare. So this area over here, we're going to go ahead and add a couple more squares and build up this whole area right here so that it's accessible. As I said before, I plan on having this whole area back here set up to the second tier. I'm kind of thinking I might want to do a little villager neighborhood back there. It's been a while since I've done a dedicated villager neighborhood on an island, and so my plan going forward for Ponybell is to sort of expand this whole area back behind here up to the second tier and continue it backwards, and I think it's going to be really great. All right, let's check this out and see how our staircase looks. I'm kind of debating between the blue steel staircase and the white plank ramp. But I'm kind of loving the blue, honestly. It picks up a little bit of the stars and the little striped awnings on the windows here. So I think this is going to be the one we're going to go with. And we're going to go ahead, once we get this set, I'll show you what this is going to look like if we choose to go with this one for the little library, just so you can kind of see the difference in what it looks like. Give you an idea of what it looks like. I think it's really cute, honestly. It does take up a little bit of space, so depending on if you have enough ramps for your island and if it's the vibe you're going for, I do think it's really cute. I mean, you literally have just a couple of squares to turn around, but I definitely love the idea of villagers wandering up here and hanging out in the little library during the day, so that was kind of what motivated me to try to give this spot a try with the ramp, and I think it's going to be really ultra cute. So we're going to try maybe with a white plank ramp on the library just to kind of give it a little bit different aesthetic. I don't want to have the same ramp right next to each other here. So we're going to go ahead and install the ramp, and I'm going to jump forward to tomorrow so that you can see what this looks like, and then we'll take a little walk around our finished build for the day so you can see how the entrance came together for Ponybell. I'm really super excited about it. Yes, super cute. Okay, so I also went ahead and switched out the alternate pattern for the sidewalk. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there was actually a pink hued version of that sidewalk pattern that I really love with the flowers. This is the one with the pinkish hue. I really, really like this. I think I'm actually going to stick with the pink hued version of the sidewalk. It just seems to really match the pink tones that we're going for our pink city. And it has this alternate 4-section sidewalk path with the little pink daisy. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? I think it's just going to give us a little bit more variety for this island, so I'm going to pop these in here just to kind of show you. There's also a little dropped envelope version of this path. I just really like the variety. I like any of the sidewalk patterns that kind of give you a few different options. I feel like it adds a lot of different character. If you can find a road code on the portal that has a lot of different versions that you can pop in with either scattered papers or dropped garbage, anything like that, it really can add a lot of variety to a city island, which I really love. We also have this trash can over here that looks like a mailbox. You can do a little overlay like these scattered envelopes, or even do a sidewalk with this little dropped envelope over here next to the mailbox. And spoiler alert, FYI, look who we have invited to the island. I actually found Buck recently here. I did not record this villager hunt, but how cute is he? He's got a very serious brow, like he's got an angry eye, y'all. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, that's not like me to normally choose a villager with such an angry eyebrow. But he was so cute, and I love that he's green, and I really wanted to get another jock for the island, so I ended up finding him. I'm really happy. with him being here, I can overlook the angry eyes. So really, really happy that we have Buck on the island. We'll definitely be doing another villager hunt here pretty soon on the channel, but I've been sort of trying to streamline the storyline process, and that was part of why I needed to get another villager to get us to the point that we could terraform on the island. But yeah, all in all, really happy with how this came together. I love this little cafe. I do plan on creating some coordinating interiors for these particular builds, and I haven't decided yet if I'll be using my player house to showcase those builds or doing some in the villager houses once we unlock Happy Home Paradise. Either way, I think they'll be super cute, and I'll be sure to show those to you guys once they're finished. I added this little cart with the book, but look how you can come up here and just kind of chill and hang out. I really love this. I wasn't sure how I would feel, but I think that the white ramp really is cute. It matches the aesthetic really well, and assuming that we can afford this ramp by the time we're finished with this island, I think I'm going to keep it. It's always nice to have the option of putting the Pro Design standees here, but I really do love this, and I'm very excited to hopefully see or catch a moment where one of the villagers is using this tiny little library. We have a little sitting area over here with a little fainting mermaid couch over here, and yeah, just really happy with how this one came together. I ended up jumping back to cherry blossom season because I realized while recording this that we had sort of slipped out of that, and I wanted to show off this beautiful tree, and our build bloomed in the pink blossom season. And I also went ahead and swapped out the Takanoma originally used in this build with a backwards wide display case. I felt that it was just a better height for this particular build, and it turned out really, really cute. Alright guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's build. I hope that it brought you a little bit of inspiration. Whether you're working on your own citycore style island or you're looking to do something fun and pastel and pink for the spring season and cherry blossom season, I hope that this brought you a little bit of inspiration and some fresh ideas to take back to use on your islands. As always, please, if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing y'all an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.